All right, y'all, what it do? Your boy is on his weekend already. Man, it felt like a long week, but I made it through. So now I'm actually en route to go get my Chevelle and gonna load it up. And then me and my girl are actually gonna take it to my buddy's house, who's doing the body work for me. And then from there, we're gonna go stay with her parents tonight and then head to Portland for the weekend, since we didn't really get to celebrate Valentine's Day last week. So we thought we'd do a little something this weekend together. So that's where we're off to right now. And if you saw the thumbnail, then you know it's something about the transmission. There has been a change of plans, and I'm gonna go over this right now with you. Try to make a long story short here, not to ramble too much. I'm actually gonna go ahead and stick with my 4L60. And this is the reason why. So I actually took the 4L80 up to the shop today where I'm getting my my transmission rebuilt. And the shop that I've taken it to is actually the same shop that did my exhaust. And if you guys saw those videos and you saw that shop is super nice. A little bit about the shop: they specialize in these transmissions, whether they're race transmissions for race cars, or 4x4s, or 4-buying, or your day-to-day just regular driver, whatever. This is what they do. And they build race cars, they build huge 4x4s and all that stuff, and just work on anything and everything, hot rods, whatever. So the guy up there who did my exhaust also does the transmissions. Super knowledgeable guy. And originally I had told him that I was going to just take out my 4L60 and bring it to him. However, when I started thinking about it, and I had this 4L80 in the back, as you guys saw that video that I made just maybe about a week or so ago, I was like, you know what, let me put the 4L80 in it and just call it a day, just rebuild it, we'd be good. And when I took it up there, we kind of started talking about it. And he didn't necessarily discourage me from using the 4L80, but we started talking about my particular build, how much power I'm putting out, because they know a lot about the Caprice, but he really dug in to kind of see what exactly would be right for my particular setup. So based off my camshaft specs and how much power the motor's putting out and all that kind of stuff. And again, to make a long story short, he was thinking that the 4L60, the way that he can build it and build it up, would be more than sufficient to handle the type of driving and the power that my particular Caprice is putting out. And the reason being that we decided to kind of stick with it is, obviously it would just be kind of a straight swap. And, he was thinking that, he was like, well, 4L80s have problems too. And he kind of, goes in the ins and outs of it that I don't really kind of remember or know what he said. But, he said that the 4L60s, they're good transmissions. You just have to build them right. And he's pretty confident, he's done enough of them that he knows kind of how to build them. And, once he builds them, they're solid. And, when he was telling me about the 4L80, he was like, well, the 4L80, for my particular setup, might not be the best deal, because it's going to take more power to kind of, basically run or turn the gears in that transmission, is what he was talking about. Something similar, I don't know. But he just basically said that, it would work and it would be fine, but he thinks the 4L60 would just be a lot better and run a lot smoother, and just for my particular way of driving. I don't race. I do occasional burnouts and things like that, and I get on the freeway and stuff like that, but just from what I'm doing, he was like, I'll put a shift kit in it, upgrade a shift kit, I'll upgrade the gears. He said the main cause of those 4L60s to go out or go bad is the third and fourth clutches, I think he was saying. He said that almost every single transmission that comes in that shop, that's the main culprit. That's what goes bad. So he actually upgrades those with better parts. He says he replaces the drums. He says a lot of shops don't replace the drums because they're also a main deal of why those go bad. He says he changes the servos, things like that. And so, and he says, you can get a fair amount of power out of those 4L60s. And I actually know that because I follow a few guys on YouTube. I don't know if you guys follow High PSI TV. I've never talked to him before, but he has an 87 Regal, I think it is. It's white, that pushes over 1,000 horsepower, and he runs a 4L60, and he beats the crap out of that thing. And I think I've only ever seen it actually go out once, and I forgot the reason why. but he rebuilt it and put it back in, and that thing's a monster, y'all. So if you guys haven't seen that, check that out. But yeah, I feel really good about it, y'all. I mean, I didn't want to go with the 4L80 just because of the amount of money it's going to cost me to do it. Not just to rebuild it, but just to put it in. Like, I'd have to get a new transmission cross member. I'd have to get the drive shaft shortened. Obviously, I'd have to do some wiring also to make the transmission work and with my particular harness. Then I'd have to take it to the tuner to get it tuned so the computer can actually control the 4L80. And who knows what other problems that I would run into. So I'm actually pretty happy about it, y'all. I'm excited about it. To have a beefier, more efficient, 4L60. It's already ready to go, and as far as, being kind of plug and play, just a straight swap, hopefully. And I feel really, really good about it. So also one other thing as well. So we actually found out that I'm probably running the wrong converter installed for my particular setup. When he was looking at my camshaft specs and a couple other things as far as my build goes, he was thinking that I might have a too high of a stall because I have a 2800 to 3200 stall converter, and he was thinking that a 2200 to 2400 stall converter would be a better fit for my particular build and the way I drive. So he said those particular ones actually came out of like my particular year engine or a transmission, something maybe out of like a Corvette or something of those years, or something similar, a Camaro or something like that we could just order a stock one from GM, a brand new one with that stall, 22 to 2400 stall, and it would perform, and be a lot better for my particular way of driving and for my particular build. So, I didn't even really think about that. I just kind of just ordered the stall converter and based off of what I thought the camshaft specs, again, I'm not a pro at this, so I thought that I was kind of safe in that range of 2800 to 3200. And I thought that I maybe saw that stall was recommended for my cam, but maybe I was reading something else. So anyways, we kind of figured that out too. So, and I trust these guys, y'all. And, he was telling me too, he was like, my work is backed up too, and I know you don't drive the car a whole lot. So, if anything happens with the transmission, just bring it back and, we'll take care of it. So I felt really good about that too, y'all. So it's always good to have people that that you can take your cars to, and then that they'll take care of you. So, I feel really good about this, y'all. And, I know there's 4L60s get a bad rap and everything. And I'm actually a firm believer too, if you take care of things and, you have good people that back you on it and things like that, that it'll all work out, as well too. And yeah, you're going to have your few things that go bad, or, or bad streaks of car parts or whatever. But, I feel really good about this, and so I'm just going to go ahead and stick with it. And, it's kind of like that myth, deal in the car game, the 4L60, oh, it's a piece of crap, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole and whatever. And, and then people badmouth the 4L80 too. They're like, oh, 4L80, whatever. I wouldn't go that route or whatever. I'd do a turbo 400 or whatever. So I don't know. Whatever. I'm just not listening to everybody. I don't try to get caught up in the hype. I just want whatever's best for my car. That's it. And so this is what I'm sticking with and whatever. He was also saying too, he kind of ran on, not a rant, but he was like, what GM did? They took a perfectly good turbo 400 and messed it up with the 4L80. So that was kind of funny. But anyways, that's what's going on, y'all. That's what I'm doing, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get a beefier, more stout 4L60 and get my Caprice back on the road, man. And then shoot, I'm so ready for the spring to come. So anyways, y'all, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, y'all. Stay positive, and man, I'm about to chill for the rest of the night. I gotta go get this trailer later on, come back. I gotta wake up early in the morning, start my grind all over again, and then it's my weekend. So anyways, deuces, peace out. I'm out of here.